Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Jeira Belen Ortiz, the founder and managing member of JBO Strategic Services, also known as JBoss. With a strong background in policy development, public health, and community management, Jeira created JBoss to help government agencies, nonprofits, and mission-driven organizations bridge the gap between strategic goals and operational outcomes. Her firm is known for bringing truly responsive, equity-focused consulting to the forefront of organizational transformation. Jeira, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. So take us on a little trip down memory lane to before you started your company. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind starting JBO Strategic Services?
So, I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I moved to Maryland last year. Before that, I spent nearly a decade working for the government of Puerto Rico, holding several roles, including executive leadership positions. I started as a judicial law clerk, then became a strategic legal advisor, helping government entities navigate a very complex financial landscape during bankruptcy proceedings. This evolved into an operational role where I managed the central financial operations for the whole government. Back then, I was overseeing and guiding financial processes for over 60 agencies that were operating under our central financial system and 75 independent entities who needed to report us their financials for purposes of completing the audited financial statements for the government. I worked with a very committed team. We achieved significant improvements even while facing big challenges like the bankruptcy itself, hurricanes, earthquakes, and obviously the pandemic. We managed the disbursement of relief funds during the pandemic, which was critical to our community. And taking into consideration all those years of experience and considering that I was for years contemplating starting my own business, moving to Maryland was the opportunity to first start. So then I started thinking about the business, and as part of the planning process, I remember reading this book and it said, you have to burn down old bridges. And that resonated with me because, yes, I needed a decisive and an irreversible commitment to finally do it. So that's how JBoss came to life. And I decided it was time to leverage my experience and passion for helping others. And my goal became to empower small and mid-sized businesses to optimize their operations and boost their bottom line.
I love that. I love that. You said you always had the feeling that you wanted to start your own business, that you had that feeling. What was the motivation behind that? Because a lot of people would just stick with the corporate world.
Yeah.
They'll just, it's easy, it's safe. What was it for you that made you want to start your own thing?
The desire for flexibility to work on my own terms. I love traveling. I love having time to spend it with friends and family. And while I was working and having a job, yes, there was certainty I will have a paycheck. It was consistent, but I didn't have flexibility to do a lot of things that I will find myself working long hours every day of the week with no time for family time or friends. And well, at some point I said, I need that flexibility. I need to get control of my life again. And that's how I decided. So after thinking for a lot of years, I finally said, this is the moment. I'm in a new location and this is the perfect chance to start again.
I love that. Let's fast forward to give the listeners more context into JBoss. Who would you say is your ideal client, and what are the core services and offers that you provide?
I will say that I will divide my perfect client into three types.
Okay.
I'll say that small businesses that are just starting out, because I recommend that you start from the beginning, planning, working in what are my goals, what are my objectives, what I am today, where I want to be in a couple of years. So for me, when you're starting, it's easier and it's the best chance that you got to start planning your business and where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. And also, it gives you opportunity to start identifying ways on how you can structure your operations and the way that you're going to provide services. And then it gives you also the chance to think more clearly about how you're going to build your team, what I want for my team, how I'm going to help my team eventually to develop, and how am I going to align all these three things, which is what we offer, and look at our business from a holistic view and approach. And the second type, I will say, is if you're a business that are experiencing rapid growth, will help you to assess your strategic planning if you already have your plans and goals established, because with growing it comes a lot of changes, so you need to be prepared. Would help you in the planning phase. If you don't have plans, we'll help you create them. If you do have your strategic plans in place, we're going to help you assess your current situation and how you can move from there, how you can identify the areas that you need to improve or change or redesign or redefine for you to be prepared for the growth that you're experiencing, and also how you engage your team as part of this process, which is going to be a transition to this new growing that you're going to be experiencing. And the third type, I'll say, we're open to partner with other consultant firms. We know that sometimes you get engagements and you need more resources and more help to comply with the requirements of your clients. So JBoss is also open to do partnerships with other consulting firms.
Very cool. Thank you for breaking that down. Now, when it comes to the offers and services, what would you say are the core things that you help these companies with?
Well, like I said, we use a holistic approach and we concentrate on the strategic planning part in continuously improving your processes and your operations and organizational development to help you develop high performing teams. We look at it as a whole. We believe in your business looking like a one unit instead of separate silos. If you got departments, you got different areas that you need to manage as part of having a business. But we think it's important that you look at everything and make sure that it aligns together, it all works together. That's really important so that you ensure that you're making decisions, being clear about what everybody is doing.
Yeah, powerful. So with the strategic planning, with the organizational development, the operational streamlining, what does a typical client engagement look like in terms of how long does it typically last? Walk me through that.
I'll say that it will depend on the type of a client and where they are. So we usually start if it's that we made the initial contact in a networking event. Most of the time is as part of a networking event, but we'll have our standard process that typically begins with a free initial discovery call. This allows us to understand a potential client's specific needs and explain how our services can address them. It's also an opportunity for them to ask any questions. And if there is a good fit, we then prepare and submit a service proposal. Upon review and approval from the potential client, we then execute a service contract. Once we have a contract in place, we'll start by assessing the client's current business situation. We identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And well, this assessment is going to give us the information to help them define and prioritize goals and objectives, with specific timelines and action items. We conduct brainstorming sessions, interviews, and gather all the necessary information to create or update their strategic plan. So there is an outcome there. It's the plan that can help you stay focused on what you want to achieve for your business. But we like to use an in-person interaction with the clients and during this brainstorming sessions and interviews, because our experience has been that you can get more from them, from their culture, with the actual problems when you're there with them. Sometimes the body language speaks louder than words, right? And that's why we love to use the in-person approach with
Got
clients.
it. Got it. When you think of scalability, do you think that might limit your ability to scale, or is that not something that you're concerned about?
No, I'm definitely not concerned with that. If I am thinking about building in the future a team, having a small team, dedicated team to continue helping our clients with tailored solutions. But as how I see it, it's all about giving them what they actually need. And when you actually take the time to build these relationships with them and they trust you, you trust them, we always find that it's better to do it in person. We
Yeah,
are considering and using other tools, digital platforms, and we will use it, but we use as a primary method the in-person interactions with them.
makes perfect sense. Walk me through when it comes to the back end of the business and when you're looking to acquire more customers to JBoss, and when it comes to the lead generation and marketing process, what does that currently look like?
So I'm basically the person working with all the things related to the business right now. I'm on my own. But what I'm doing now is considering using external resources to help me. I always
Okay.
think that it's good to have someone external to give you different perspectives. So now I'm switching hats between the marketing, between dealing with the sales, with the clients, but I'm building a structure for the future and to build a team and considering the use of external resources.
Got it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And honestly, everybody starts as a one-man show, unless they have a partner, obviously. But that's part of the game. That's part of the process. I'm curious. So you're considering using external resources. Are there any things that you've done so far that you found to be effective, or when it comes
Uh, in terms of the marketing itself or with external resources?
to the marketing, but then also external resources as well?
Okay. In terms of the marketing, and found participating actively with local chamber of commerce,
Okay.
that gives you a good opportunity to get to know the businesses in the community. It's like a family. You go there, you start to knowing more about their needs and the pain points. And that's basically the primary method that we're using for marketing, because again, for us, it's about building trust and long-lasting relationships with our customers.
Got it. Have you tried any external resources so far?
Not yet, but I will probably use external resources for the marketing area,
Got it.
for us to use different tools or try different methods.
Got it. When it comes to your vision and really where you want to take the company, let's say over the next 12 to 24 months, what are your goals? What are you really aiming towards?
Well, my top priorities will be to expand our involvement in different communities across Maryland to help more businesses. I also aim to grow into a small dedicated team, as I said before, to continue providing tailored solutions for small and medium-sized businesses. Beyond that, I also want to implement methods to share insights with other entrepreneurs, particularly those that are just starting out. I strongly believe in encouraging more people to become entrepreneurs. I believe that when individuals feel empowered to create something they're passionate about, to create something on their own, it just benefits everyone. It fosters a strong sense of ownership and community, and it allows people to unleash their full potential. And they will be contributing their best to their services and products, and they'll be contributing to the world, to our communities.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of the big reasons why we have this podcast. It's important to hear what it's like being a founder and a
Yeah,
business owner and to share your experiences, hear other people's experiences. It's very, very important.
I agree. I agree.
I'm curious, what do you feel like is the biggest challenge you're facing right now as an owner?
Well, I will see that I don't identify a challenge itself, but I have had moments when I feel overwhelmed. I'm tired, especially in the early stages when I was starting the business. And when you have a lot of people that love you telling you, are you sure this is where you want to go? Are you sure you're going to be able to do this on your own? But I will just take pause, trying to have a moment and a connection with myself and just remind myself this is your journey. You can do this. This is the way to go. This is your opportunity to be legendary. So let's do it. Let's do it and let's learn from others. Let's do what is that you need to do and just keep going.
I love that. That's very, very powerful. Let's go into a quick closing lightning round. So I'll rattle off some questions at you. You
Yeah.
don't need to think too much, just the first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
What's one tool or resource that's been a game changer for you in business?
I've recently started a morning routine at its, yeah, to deal with challenges. I will start early in the morning, and first thing I will do is to take at least an hour to myself, to walk outside, to exercise, to meditate, to pray, to be with myself, to review goals for the day, and it's been helping me to start the day fresh with a clear mind and focus on my
Mm,
goals for the day.
I love that. That's super, super powerful. Huge game changer.
Yeah, it's very
What?
huge.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've received around scaling your business?
Having a solid foundation and be consistent.
Hmm. Fair enough. So just keep showing up every single day.
Yes, yes. And also, as a foundation, you put things in writing, having all the things about your business in writing, specific processes for everything. Because if you want to scale, you want to teach your team, you're going to teach others how you're viewing your business as it's growing. So if you have that solid foundation is in writing, you'll be able to scale because you'll teach other people. You can do delegation of things, and it gives you more chances of growing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. You have to have those systems, you have to have those
Yes.
procedures because then you can easily hire people and then train them up to operate at a high level. Walk me through if you were talking to new entrepreneurs or people that are st thinking about becoming new entrepreneurs in 2025, what advice would you give them based off of your experiences so far?
To work on yourself first. I think this is the key so that you can effectively lead your team and serve your clients. Cultivate a continuous improvement mindset, not just for your business, but for your daily life. Constantly assess your performance, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, both professionally and personally. Be open to learning from others and continuously interact with new people, not just looking for potential engagements, but to gain new perspectives and to understand different point of views. And you're never gonna have all the answers. So be always open to learn from others and just trust yourself and trust that all you need is the passion and what you love about it and act on it.
I love that a lot. That was very well put. What is the best way for people to reach out to you to work with you?
They can go to our website, is jbob.llc. You can go there, take a look at our services, have a better sense of what we can do for you, and you can schedule the initial free discovery call there online. There's also a way to contact us through the website. You can call us and send us an email.
I love that. JBoss.llc.
Right, correct.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Of course. So that wraps up another insightful episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to go to jboss.llc. And don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner and you're looking to scale your business and really enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.